You can go on all the New Hampshire trips you
Welcome
want.
back. Welcome back to the Bar Talk Podcast. I am your host, Andy. I am joined today by Mike Wisdom,
Hello.
chef at the new Hot Pot place. We're going to try and do
Your
this
voice was
Hot
very
Pot
deep
promotion
this time.
again.
Shiku Hot Pot.
Shiku.
Yes.
That'll take me a while to get that. Dan Mahoney from Stats
So,
and Jess from New World Tavern, where we're recording today.
Hello.
Hello. So you're opening a Hot Pot.
Oh, yeah. Hot Pot.
I feel like the last one went off the rails.
It did.
When doesn't
Definitely.
it go off the rails?
I don't know if I've ever been on one of these podcasts that didn't go off the rails.
If it
but
didn't
I mean
go
that
off
in a
the
good
rails,
way.
what
yeah.
fun would it be?
Well, this is the thing is like we don't even have rails. They're pretty expensive.
That's
so-
true, yeah. That's true.
We're hanging on like straight
safety.
threads. Yeah.
I remember I did one with Ryan before, and you guys just started talking about like Star Wars.
Ryan Reedy?
And, no,
Yeah.
he's the chef at Tasty now, but yeah. You started talking about like Dungeons and Dragons and
was like,
Star
when
Wars,
was
and I'm
Ryan
just
Reedy
sitting
on
there,
the
and I'm like,
show?
this could be a whole nother episode.
I got into a heated debate with the guy that does the voice of Invader Zim. When I had him on, and we
Okay.
were arguing about whether the prequels were good or not. Like that was half the
my
episode is just us
God.
going
Yes.
back and forth.
The OG trilogy is the way to go.
Now,
Yes.
the real question was, does he argue with you in the Invader Zim voice?
I hope so.
No.
Oh,
What?
that
I would
really
do that to
would've
prove a
been-
point,
Yeah,
like, just
exactly.
to cut-
Yeah.
If he did, I would have just stopped arguing and been like, "You say that again."
Yeah.
Yeah.
take the wind right out of your sails.
From what I remember, he kind of
The wind ran out of his
he's one of
beard.
those guys where he kind of has that voice anyway.
Oh, really?
Like it's
Oh, all right.
Like,
yeah.
it's
So he's not
not-
really working hard for his part. It's just
No,
halfway.
no, I
It's
mean-
halfway there.
it's kind of halfway, but.
Well, you know.
I could see like someone meeting him and go, "Do you know who you sound like?" Kinda?
Yeah.
yeah, that kind of thing. Chris Blair wants to know what's your go-to drink for the girl who never knows what they want.
Water.
Bleach.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Back in.
Next question. No, just kidding.
That's the name of a drink, right? Bleach?
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep it under the sink.
It's got its own
There's no
special
taking me
spot.
out of this hole, Mike.
Yeah.
It's chemicals.
I tried, dude. Yeah, I tried.
Just a basic bitch drink. Tito soda splash of cran.
Yeah, I feel
Something
like
that
that's
looks
the way
pretty,
to go.
yeah.
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 Yeah, something like that, or maybe something with blue curacao in it.
Oh, that's one step too far. No, thank you.
Oh, geez, I don't know. I don't know.
If it's not directly in front of me, I ain't making
What
it.
about kombucha? Have you heard the good word of our Lord kombucha? Yeah?
I feel like you brought me kombucha that you've
That I made, yeah.
and I was like, "This is good," and I'm like, "All right, maybe I'm missing
Nah.
out," and then I've tried
right.
like other kombuchas. I'm like, it's fucking horrible.
It's because
Yeah.
Mike Wisdom didn't make it.
Right.
Yeah.
See?
So you ruined me for all other kombucha.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Vodka soda splash.
All right.
Sure.
If
Basic
we want a
bitch.
real answer, I would give a follow-up question.
I thought that was a real answer.
That was your final answer.
yeah.
Dan's like
I don't-
murder. Murder's the drink I give them.
How dare you inconvenience me, woman? This
is why he's not a bartender anymore.
What do you like? And
Yeah.
they say fruity, fucking done. Something
Yeah.
rummy.
Yeah.
Vodka.
Rum.
Yeah.
Fruit juice.
I want to be a dick, a Bud Light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
You've gone one step further than me. I just would
So wait,
like,
they
okay,
say
and I would
fruity
just
and
make
you
it.
give him a Bud Light?
Bud Light lime.
Well, it depends.
Oh, okay, all right.
little grenadine in there.
I like it.
yeah.
Sounds terrible.
Somebody was drinking a Corona with a splash of grenadine in there the other day.
Yeah.
I've
Really?
seen, I've seen
Yeah,
some
it's a
like
thing.
weird combos that people
Yeah.
have been doing lately. Oh, I saw. What was the
bleach.
spritzer? There was a spritzer that we were talking about. You're like, it's coming back, and
Oh, the
Aperol?
the Aperol spritz?
yes,
Yeah.
Oh, those are
I saw
huge
someone.
right now, right?
I saw
Yeah.
someone making that the other day, and I was like, oh, hey,
Yeah. See? No, thank you.
yeah.
Not for me. I used to really like Negronis, but I didn't like Aperol Spritz,
Yeah.
which is like
well, because it's all
similar.
Aperol.
Yeah,
basically.
exactly.
Whereas like a Negroni, it's just a little bit. Aperol is just kind of like.
What
Blah.
is your feelings on Fernet?
Hate it.
All right.
And a lot of people in the
We had to
industry
bring it back.
like,
Why?
like I
Yeah.
do shots of it.
Yeah.
It's like you're just trying to prove a point, dude.
yes.
Literally, You're like, I love it. I'm like, no, you fucking
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
you
You're
don't.
already blacked out, and that's why you're doing it.
Is this the one that's like?
Black
Fernet
licorice.
Branca.
It's
Oh,
like
okay.
a shittier Jaeger.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. What's the one that
I actually have some.
it's
let's go.
It's like they're like, oh, only bartenders drink, and I only ever see it fucking mentioned on TikTok, and someone's like,
Yeah.
oh, what your drink says about you, and then like you order this thing, you're like, you're definitely a bartender. No one
Yeah.
else orders this.
I've never drank Fernet in my life, and I've been bartending for 20
I did
something
one
years.
shot one time,
Yeah.
and it was in Newport after working all day, and I threw up outside.
That's it.
And I was like, I'm going to go smoke a cigarette. I'll be right back. And I went outside, I threw up, and I think
We
I
had
smoked a
one
cigarette and went
bottle
back
here
in.
like forever, and then didn't order it again because again we had it forever, and then we had to bring it back because people were asking for it. And I was like, why?
Because it got popular on TikTok.
Yeah.
They started talking about it.
The same
But
thing
no,
with
it's
Aperol
been a
Spritz.
thing forever, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but
'cause
I
my
know a
friends-
bartender that has a
we're
Fernet
blaming everything on
tattoo.
TikTok.
Yeah.
We're just blaming
Like-
everything on TikTok.
Yeah.
Well, so I bring this up because I like to pick fights with Keith Biesco.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, who doesn't?
I love it.
Yeah.
Who
Who doesn't?
Great.
Oh, let's start. Yeah, all right. So
He had a
Dan's
bottle
calling
on
you
his
out,
feet.
Keith.
Oh, that's why I said this to him.
Where you at, Keith?
Yeah, Keith.
Yeah.
I'm not letting you defend yourself.
Hold on, you said his name 3 times. I think he's going to appear
He's
now.
gonna pop out of the cavern. Yeah, he had it on his like Instagram. I was like, oh, way to lean into being the industry guy, bro. I know you don't like that. I was like, I love it. I was
No.
like, no one loves Fernet.
No one
He said they were brewing a Fernet beer, actually. Yeah.
At which brewery?
Woof. No, thank you.
Yeah, so that's for you, Keith.
All right.
You're stupid.
There you go, Keith. Good job.
Jennifer Melcio, has anyone posted a picture of someone who walked out on their bill?
Posted
We have a great camera. Also, they made
Oh.
an Igloo Dome reservation.
Yeah, the
no.
igloo domes.
Well,
yeah.
you should have some sort of reservation fee for the Igloo Dome.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
the
for
Igloo
sure.
Dome's
Yeah.
kind of gross me
It's
out.
a
Like
fad.
someone's like, oh, I went into one. It was like all like condensation
Yeah.
on the
Oh,
inside,
yeah.
just like
'Cause, yeah.
dripping on
Yep.
you. And I'm like, ugh.
It's just like
Yeah.
it's an Instagram thing.
Yeah, no, I get
Yeah,
it,
it's a
but-
fad.
So you can sit
so-
outside.
So
like
they're
a
asking
germ
about
incubator.
posting a picture
Of someone,
of the person that walked out on their tab
Yeah.
and asking to identify them. Absolutely, I would
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you
I
have the
would do that.
proof, why
Yeah.
not?
Yep.
And somebody actually, I don't think it was in Plymouth. It might have been in Bourne. Had posted like like a camera picture of somebody, and it says, "Does anybody know any of these 3 individuals? I need them to. I would love to talk to them." So they didn't want to say what happened, that they stole something.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
If I don't know if it was a restaurant, like if they walked out on their tab, but that's all you got to do. You don't have to like call them out. I mean, if you want to, I would. I'd be like, hey, this douchebag walked out on their tab. Let me
Yeah.
know his name. Like, but yeah, I would fucking do that. Absolutely.
I mean, I'm willing to go a step further and sell them witch trials them and
Let's go. Yeah. It's a business. You're trying to make money.
Dan's choosing violence today.
Dan
We
is
have-
very
Bleach,
violent.
witch trials.
choose
like-
it every day.
He was pretty quiet during the first episode.
right?
Now he's like,
Well, he's like murder.
Promoting
Let's
Hot
talk
Pot.
about it. Yeah.
Chick you hot pot. Come on down.
no murder.
Yeah, no murder. and
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, unless you're a chicken.
Unless you walk out on your tab. Or don't know what you want to drink.
See, I'm just surprised because it's like,
I want to burn people.
no, that's the least
say, I'm
surprising
pretty
thing
on
I've
Why
heard.
I became
Yeah.
a chef,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
But like, I've seen places like everything from like convenience stores that will post, this person stole and like.
You're
it's-
hesitant about it. Why?
Well, because it's like you're, all right, you post a photo of like this person walked out on their tab, and did they? Is there some sort of extenuating circumstance? Now you're calling them out in a public forum.
Well, I feel like that's the last resort.
yeah,
Yeah.
So if there was a miscommunication, then someone would have known about it, meaning, okay, maybe somebody thought he paid his tab and then he thought he paid his tab and then he left and then someone came after the fact and was like, no, he didn't pay his tab. Like, so if there's a miscommunication, then you don't have to blast the dude. But I
But to,
feel
to
like,
me, it's just a liability thing because is it really going to result in you getting paid?
probably. Well, excuse me.
maybe.
In all things Plymouth, absolutely.
Because- Yeah.
because they will make sure
find us.
justice
They'll
is
find us.
served. Yeah.
But
They're on my brand of justice.
Yeah.
just go take it.
Yeah.
But I just with the way people sue for shit and
Sue for what?
Well, that's what I wonder is like,
defamation of character.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you stole something.
But that's what I'm saying.
you
Is
have to
like
prove it.
you
No,
have to,
I know.
you
I'm
have
just
to
saying.
prove it
I'm
in
just
a
saying,
court of law.
It's a last resort.
I know. I'm
Putting
just
somebody- yeah.
But even
So-
I've just been in places that have like put pictures of people in
Right.
view of customers being like, this person's barred from this
Yeah.
bar, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's okay. Like it's
Yeah.
okay if it's facing the.
Yeah.
I just think it's a bad look on
But
the
again,
business.
like the one that I just recently saw, all they said was, if anybody knows these people, I'd like to talk to them.
Yeah, that's fine.
So that's perfectly
That's fine.
fine.
Yeah.
Or
right?
like-
you
yeah.
don't,
Yeah, yeah.
it's not defamation.
a
but
couple
it-
years ago, someone posted a video of a girl kicking over one of the heaters, and
Yeah.
like she's physically
clearly, yeah,
doing it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Or like the stores around here have literally posted a video of someone taking something and putting it in their pocket.
Yes.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's
So
different.
So let me play complete devil's advocate.
Sure.
So you own a shop. You're not a good person. You don't like this other person. They put something in their pocket for a second while they fumble around. They go up, they take it out of their pocket, pay for it, but you still have that video clip of them putting it in their
and
pocket.
then you're just a shitty person in general, so you're going
Right,
to
but
blast
that's-
them and say that they
but that's
stole.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
is
no.
like just because you have a video of someone doing something that looks bad doesn't mean they actually did it.
If it's cut and dry,
Right.
Right.
yes.
Well, if that shitty shop owner is just shitty, then nobody
mean,
should be
yeah.
shopping at their shitty
Right. I mean,
shop.
that's
Like,
a
how many
shitty
shitty shops should
Shitty
your shitty shop? Right?
But I mean, that's an extreme. But I mean, there's
Yeah.
other examples like, this guy fucking walked out on his bill and walked outside and then got an emergency phone call for, his kid was in a car accident. I wouldn't go back in. I would immediately leave.
It also depends on
yeah,
how much the
but-
bill is. I mean,
Sure,
if it's
yeah.
$5, I ain't
Exactly.
blasting the dude. But if it's like a few hundred, I'd be like,
But I mean,
You
there,
gotta
there
come
are
pay
people
that.
that would light someone up online over $5.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
true.
So
Right.
I question.
depending the circumstances, I would 100% do it.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. I want my
there's
fucking money.
And then
bitch.
there's also there's the Plymouth industry page, which I
Yeah.
feel is really good for that kind
Yeah.
of shit.
I don't even think I'm on there.
You should be.
You should
Okay.
be.
Yeah, no,
I'll
that
invite
Am I
you.
in the industry or?
I mean, I heard you're opening a hot
I'll
pot
approve
place.
it. I'm the admin. You're
Let's
speaking
go.
to the hello.
Let's go.
But that's I think
I
that's
feel like it's been pretty
that's
quiet.
It's been quiet
It has.
lately.
But
Yeah.
it's because I'm not on.
Yeah.
there.
It's one of those.
Yeah.
It's
I
quiet.
left.
It's quiet up until there's a giant asshole
Yeah.
at a restaurant,
Yeah.
and then it's just like this
Yeah.
guy was an asshole,
Yep.
and then he was here too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'll invite you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm like, what?
It's rude that she didn't already.
It's pretty rude.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry. No, people need to come to me.
I mean,
I'm not
I don't
coming to
even
them.
work in
Thanks
Plymouth,
very
you
much.
messed up, dude.
I was away from Plymouth for a while, so
See?
I get it. I was in Dartmouth.
Becky Falknor, if you close at 9 and someone comes in at 8:45, how do you handle it?
You got to see.
Do you let
Yeah.
them still come in and order? Blah blah blah. blah.
It depends
Because you
on
don't
if you've
close at
already given last
8:45.
call.
Yeah.
Is it a bot? Well, if it's at 9 o'clock, it's a restaurant. But
Yeah.
I'm sure you've probably already given last call. Like, I'm thinking of our circumstances. We close at 8 o'clock on Sundays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So last call is 7:30. Our kitchen closes at 7, so maybe that's a little bit of a different circumstance. But I'm just saying, if they're coming in 15 minutes before they close and they want food and the kitchen's still open, then you kind of have to honor it. But have you already given last call? Does that make a point? I don't know.
I feel like you can feel some sort of way about it, but you still got to cook their food.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
like it's at
Yep.
the end of the day, it's still money for the
Yeah,
business.
there's a lot of
you know?
places that I used to work at too that would give last call for food. So
like
even
that,
though like
yeah.
the kitchen closes,
Yeah.
the kitchen closes at 9.
Yeah.
We give last call for food, especially if it's busy, because like if it's crazy busy and you just don't realize what time it is, and then you're like, oh, someone wants to order food, and you're like, oh shit, it's 9:05. Like I'm
Yep.
definitely not, you know.
I think you just ask that the server make sure that they know that the kitchen's closing at
Yeah.
8, and just like, hey, if you could just figure out what you want. Obviously
Yeah.
don't rush them, but
Right.
make sure that they're aware of the situation
Yeah.
and that they're dickheads for coming in 15 minutes before you close.
Literally.
But
yeah.
no, you do want that money as a
Yeah.
business because at the end of the day, you want to cash your paycheck and you want everybody to get paid. So, and you could get lucky. They could. Maybe not the kitchen's lucky if they order a ton of stuff, but they could have a $200 tab or something
Yeah.
like that
Yep.
that then they walk out on.
Yeah.
And then we blow them up on Facebook. But no, I think you just have to serve them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I get it. It's probably the most annoying thing, but
Totally.
does it happen that often?
Yes.
I mean, does it? Okay, all right.
Every day. No, it does.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it's that big of a problem, then just do kitchen closes at 9, last seating at 8:45.
Oh yeah,
Exactly,
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
here it's not that big of a problem where we do have to result in anything like that. But I mean, the guys in the kitchen are also pretty good about it too. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I have worked in places where like it'd be like 30 minutes before the kitchen closes, and then somebody puts an order and he's like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Dude, you have 30 whole minutes."
I feel like 50%
30
of
whole
cooks are like
minutes.
that though. So I'm like, dude, this is what you signed up for.
Right, and
Yeah.
it's let's be honest,
listen,
it's because they were
I have
trying
bartenders that do
to
that.
be
They're
Yeah.
like, what the
To
fuck?
go to the
We close
liquor
in 3
store,
hours.
go to the bar, yeah.
But
you know,
but they're to try to be out right at 9 or
That's not
whatever.
gonna happen.
They're doing like pre-cleaning,
Yeah.
and so they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna clean this again." Well, you shouldn't fucking
Yeah,
clean it already.
absolutely.
I've worked at places where if you have
Absolutely.
people on a wait though, and it's like 8:30, and you still have the wait past 9, all those people get sat, and it's like,
Really?
well, that's on the manager to
Yeah.
stop that waiting list at
I
a
was
certain
gonna say
time.
that's not.
So then it's
yeah.
like, well, if they're coming in, you're cooking, you know, and being a
Then what's the point of
cook
being
that's
like, the
on
kitchen closes at
salary,
9?
that's not fun.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because then you're like, well, now
Yeah.
I am just
for-
here,
Yeah.
for fun.
I'm just here for not fun. Yeah.
But like as an hourly cook, you know, it's you want to look at that like, hey, I'm getting paid a little bit more,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
So you do a late night menu, right?
We used to.
So
Yeah.
you go full menu all the way through now?
No. Well, so the kitchen closes at 9:30 on the weekdays, 10 o'clock on the weekends, and then 7 o'clock on Sundays. But I think we were doing every day of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday when we were open. Yeah, I think we were doing just a late night menu for an extra hour. So it was
Yep.
like a
Okay.
limited menu.
Yeah.
Because everybody kept asking for food, especially on the weekends after 10 o'clock. They'd be like, "What you got for food?" I'd be like, "I have chips and salsa. That's about it."
Yep.
But everybody was asking for it. So we did a limited menu, and it's all mostly fried shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you shut everything down and you just have the fry later on. And then nobody ordered anything. And then
Isn't that funny how that goes?
I did
Like-
I did it for 6 months, maybe a little over 6 months. And then I stopped it because I'm like, well, we're paying these guys to stay around for an extra hour. Let's just not. And then as soon as we got rid of it, people started asking for food again. I was like, I'm done with all of you. I'm done with all
Here's
of you.
some hot pot.
I had a giant sign.
Go get hot pot.
I had a giant sign right at the bar that said late night food from da 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 da.
Yeah.
And no.
That's
Nope.
when you do late night food.
Go to
Easy
McDonald's.
Mac.
Yeah.
Not to be that guy, but
Yeah,
like just
yeah.
leave and go to McDonald's.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
Do they have
So-
vegetarian offerings?
I don't know. I don't fuck with McDonald's. But I will tell you, Shake Shack has a fire veggie burger.
Yeah?
So yeah.
I've only been to Shake Shack one time.
They have a veggie burger and they have a panko fried portobello mushroom stuffed with cheese sauce as a burger.
That sounds
That
really
is
I
good.
fuck with that.
delicious, but it actually will burn your face off
Oh.
if you're like, just biting, and it
Explodes.
it hurt a lot, but it was worth the pain.
And it is one of
That's
those
what
things
happened to
that
your
you get and
eyebrows.
you're like, oh,
I should wait.
yeah, I should wait. Yeah.
and then you don't wait. Yeah,
Or you do and you're like, oh, no, it wasn't. 6 seconds wasn't long enough. So she
What
says.
she's- Everybody was thinking.
Yeah. I just figured I needed to get it out before they did. Do you offer regular discounts for military students, seniors, first responders, etc.?
That list is way too long.
But like, I feel like most places,
Students,
like if you,
though? Well, this obviously was
students?
in
I feel
It's
like
probably in a
students would be
college
like a
town.
college town.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
We don't do discounts here.
I feel like
I
if you
don't know
ask
where-
about it, I don't like. I
I
don't
don't
know.
even really know where.
Oh, you don't really do it either.
Yeah,
I don't really know where. I can't think of any place in Plymouth that necessarily does like military or senior or first respond. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that does that.
Me neither, actually.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I can't.
I'm like, and then I'm like, I don't know.
Actually, no.
I feel like Veterans Day is very.
Yeah,
you
like
get a
any
lot of
kind of
that.
like military
Yeah.
holiday, they'll usually do some sort of.
It always makes
promo.
me think of is it what's the fucking
Good story.
stoner
Love that.
cop movie? Super Troopers?
Super.
where they're like, oh, can I get such and such a burger? It's for a cop.
So that's
And they're like, why'd you say that?
Oh, the spit.
Yeah. No, I don't do any of that. But students, I think, is like that's strange. But again, if it was in a college town,
place, or
Yeah.
something.
maybe like in Bridgewater or something.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
campus, or you know what I mean.
you
I
get
don't know.
you get 10% off, which is like nothing.
I wish I got money off when I was a student.
Yeah,
like,
shit,
I'm like, I have no
ate at
money.
Listen, I ate at Old Country Buffet when I
Yeah.
was in college. That
Oh, yeah.
shit was you load up, you were in a food coma, but you didn't have to eat for like the rest of the day.
The mac and cheese.
and it was like $8.
The mac and cheese at Old Country
yeah.
Buffet.
Is there still one in Dartmouth?
I don't know,
Ah,
but
God
that
damn it.
place hit. Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Oh.
Fucking love Old
I
Country
was listening
Buffet.
to a YouTube show that I watch all the time. They were talking. One of them when they were in college.
Do you watch YouTube shows? No,
I know, he's
I
like,
do watch
listening
YouTube
to a
shows.
watching YouTube show.
Watching YouTube,
There you
whatever. And when he was in college, like they had the 2 Big Macs for $2 or something, and he
wow.
would literally buy like 8 of them and just freeze them, and that was like his food for the week.
Oh, whoa.
I mean,
Probably not
like,
a
go
great
back.
idea.
Yeah.
I wonder how it
Physically.
freezes though. Yeah,
That
I
was
kind of
the-
want to see how that works. That's a science experiment.
The conversation was what was the best reheated fast food burger. That's what they
And
were
he
doing.
said it was a Big Mac?
I don't know if I've
No,
ever
no,
thought
they were
about
just like-
eating fast food.
I know, right?
I don't think it's ever
Um,
gotten that far.
I know.
It's like if you're eating fast food,
Who's,
it's not
who's
gonna
still
last.
holding on to their fast food?
But that's
Well,
how
there's
the
the
topic
time
came
you
up.
order it drunk and then you fall asleep and like,
True.
oh, I got breakfast.
Shit, I spent
True.
$50 on burgers.
Well, if
All
you
right.
still have your burgers in your pockets, they're technically still warm.
True.
So they never got cold.
True.
It's the worst when you
Right?
go through and it's just you and they give you like the amount of napkins for like 20 people and you're like,
What does that mean?
That's just the fuck you trying to say right now. Like, I know I got 8 things, but I'm hungry.
Like you have ketchup all over you.
And we haven't served you yet.
Like I was just drinking the ketchup as an appetizer.
funneling ketchup.
Yeah. That'll be an app at Hot Pot. Ketchup shots.
Oh, thank you.
Just for me. Just for me.
No, just
Nico wants to know: is your restaurant on TikTok or posting Instagram reels? Wants to know if there's any success.
More
but I-
MySpace content. Yeah.
I don't feel like this is a.
live journal.
We're on Instagram, but not TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried TikTok, and it's so. I mean,
It's-
I got to give a little bit of props to some of these TikTok people.
Yeah.
because it is
There's a lot.
too much.
There's a
There's
lot going on.
Too much.
Yeah. It's-
Too much, and I can't do it on my computer.
Yeah.
I have to
Has
do it
be
on my phone.
Yeah.
That's
And
what I
like,
fucking
granted,
hate.
I have a phone
Even
that
Instagram,
fucking folds
like,
open,
yeah.
and like I have more to work with. It's just more difficult to, I don't know, to clip stuff and edit stuff and all
Yeah.
this stuff. And I'm like, nah, dude,
It's time consuming.
it's so
It
time
really is.
consuming. It really is. I'm like, sorry, I got to. Is that a TikTok alert? You
I posted like 2
Patty texting
TikToks
you,
for
I
Wisdom
heard
for
that.
Men. And I stopped- yeah, she's like, she actually just called me. She said I was fired, so that sucks. Yeah. So if you know anybody, hire
Yeah.
me.
So if you were opening it,
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So now I guess they're hiring.
Now I don't know, yeah.
But no, we are hiring. If anybody wants to come work
That's
there
true.
too. Yeah. Just plug that real quick.
I got a little secret for you after the podcast. I'll tell you.
Okay.
All right, word.
Oh, that's a good
Secrets.
secret.
Yeah,
Thank
secret
you.
one, yeah.
Wow.
is this like the every time you like
kinda
something
scared.
something secret parking lot and everyone's like, don't you fucking say where that is?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
that
like Dan's
one right
secret
there.
restaurant. That's Dan's secret bar that he doesn't want to tell us when he wants to go drink alone.
Yeah.
Where's that?
Can't tell
See?
you.
Can't
Soon you'll
tell
find
him.
me.
It's the golden banana.
Exactly.
It's so far.
Yeah. I don't do TikToks, and I actually pretty much only do Instagram reels.
Same.
I'll do posts, but I try and mostly do Instagram reels.
Same.
The other thing I don't, because everyone's like, oh, you got to post fucking Instagram stories. You got to post Instagram stories.
Yeah.
And then you do, but then people be like, man, your Instagram doesn't really show like a good representation of what you do. And I'm like,
Huh?
because I'm posting everything on fucking stories and
Yeah.
it goes away in a day.
I know. Well, I've learned a lesson. You got to add music to everything so that it lasts
do.
a few minutes longer.
Music and just tag people.
He's gonna use that in life.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even the story, even with music, it doesn't like after a day, it's still gone.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, so if you post a photo on the story,
Yeah.
it's like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But if you add music to it, it goes at least to like 15, 20 seconds.
Right.
So you have extra time for somebody to look at it.
Can
Yeah.
you save stories to reels too?
I think so.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think so.
I'm over here. I'm like, I went live once and it deleted itself, so I don't fucking know. Like,
Yeah, I tried the TikTok thing like for a hot
It's,
second.
it's such
and
a
I was
fucking
like, no, thank
pain
you.
in the ass.
I got other
Oh,
things to
a
do.
lot of the
Yeah,
bar
I'm
talk
busy.
clips
I'm
that we put
busy.
up on
Yeah,
TikTok
yeah.
have been muted.
really?
And I don't know why.
Is it
You're talking
because I'm
about
too
nipples
loud?
and
Well, no.
fucking roosters.
Well,
and
initially-
stuff.
It's
Initially-
actually only the ones I'm in.
Initially, I'm like, oh, is it like a music copyright thing? And I'm like, no, most of those don't have music added to them yet. I haven't even had the time to give a shit
Yeah.
and go back and.
I wonder if it's something that we talk about that they mute it.
I don't know. And it's weird.
I mean,
It's not-
I wouldn't be surprised if someone muted me.
It's not.
It's
It's,
Carl.
it's not all of them, and they're kind of like all over the place. And I'm like, I don't.
interesting.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
So
So,
I don't.
and I don't want to hire a marketing person to just do TikTok. So, yeah, no, thank you.
All right.
No TikTok for me.
Jared Cormier, hey, what's the
know that
consensus when people
Say it.
overtip on the first round with a wink
I'm sorry.
says-
You have to start over. We all
Yeah.
just blanked out because we thought Jared McCormick or whatever. the fuck.
It sounds really
Right?
familiar.
Okay.
I was doing the same thing, but I was also reading.
All right, continue.
Hey,
Or
what's
no,
the
start over.
consensus when people overtip on the first round with a wink that says, make me your priority for the rest of the night?
Depends how much you overtip.
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it depends on how
100%.
busy it is. Depends on how creepy that wink is perceived as.
It's like with those
Whether you
long,
like the wink,
awkward-
yeah.
Just get shit in his eye.
Does it look like they're just like kind of like, you know, maybe had too much to drink, or it's like a serious
Right. Is it a
wink,
long
you know?
wink that it's like,
Yeah.
I'm drunk? And then you're like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The long wink. Yeah. Like, sir, you don't need any
But I
more.
mean,
Then you give them water.
Yeah.
You're like, here's your
Yeah.
vodka.
Yeah.
you're working for tips. And
Right.
if
True.
this person's
Oh, no.
gonna,
if you overtip me,
100%.
I will.
well, no. What
Yeah.
I'm saying is,
First
if someone's
priority,
going to
yeah.
take
Yeah.
care of you,
Yeah, well,
then you're going to
yeah.
take care of them.
Then here's the other question. If they overtip the first time, is that supposed to, how long is that going to clear you for?
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah,
So, like, if you get a Bud Light and someone slips me a 20 and says, you know, this is your tip, I pay for the Bud Light, $20. That's going to get me, if it's only Bud Lights, that's going to get me kind of far.
a couple
right?
more beers, yeah.
Right, a couple
Yeah.
more, right? That's the tips included in all the other ones. But what if he gets like, or if he's, or I'm thinking of the back bar. If he orders like a bunch for him and his buddies, and now we're at the point where like I could have made more than $20.
Yep.
Then
So
like,
I'm not
at
looking
that
at it as
point-
like that's the one tip I get for the night. I'm looking like you start
Well, that's
good first
it could
impression
be
on
right.
me.
Yes.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be that. It
You
could
need
be
that
that
ending
it's
tip.
this is the one.
Yeah.
This is your only tip for the night, and you're going to take care of me for the rest of the night. Or yeah, here's your good tip now, and then I'm gonna continue to tip you if you prioritize me.
Or what if
It's
they
gonna
don't
be
even
two
tip at
different-
the end? What if they don't tip at the end?
Well, I already told you what I do to people that inconvenience me and walk out on their tap. That's
true.
You know,
Yeah.
you can just
Yeah.
use your
Bleach.
Very true. Bleach everybody.
Why does this Bud Light taste like bleach? Yeah.
Got 'em.
Yeah. Right. Got him.
For those who use pine salt lemon, get
yes.
that lemon zest.
Yeah. This lemon zest in Bud Light.
I like
With pine
Fabuloso
salt.
myself, actually.
Yeah,
It's got
yeah.
that lavender. Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes with the spring. Yeah.
That nice purple hue to it.
It's great.
It's good.
That's one of
delicious.
those, and it comes in like a juice jug.
Yeah. Like you
really
could be
does.
drunk and be like, this looks great. I like this.
This suds.
I've drank worse.
Used to drink Natty Ice.
Yeah.
You know?
But that incident actually literally just happened this past Saturday with Killian back there.
Someone drinking Fabuloso?
Yeah. No.
Wow. Fabuloso
With
shots.
Yeah.
the go ahead and give me priority service tip.
Yeah.
And and that person like kept tipping pretty well after the fact. So every time they got another one, you know, he still tipped pretty well. But she literally called somebody out because he was standing there. I think he literally was only drinking Bud Light. Easy to grab, easy to just give. So she skipped somebody and gave him one. And she was like, I was here first. And she goes, well, he's been tipping me real big all night. So if you want to do the same for your vodka soda,
Yeah.
I'd be more than happy to go to you first. And she's like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, what do you say to that?
Yeah, right? What
Unless
do you
you're
say?
going to tip big,
Yeah.
then shut up.
So,
you
yeah.
know?
So I guess it depends on the circumstance, but yeah. I would definitely prioritize people if they tip me better.
And maybe what they're drinking too. Like if they're
Yeah.
ordering like Johnny Walker and they throw you a big tip, you're like,
You're like-
you're gonna keep tipping.
Yeah.
I think.
Right,
You
right,
know?
right.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah.
I got you. You know,
Right.
I'm gonna keep that within arm's
Right.
reach.
Yeah.
All right, this is topical.
Why are you looking at me?
Well, because we're debating on adding plant-based meat to our menu.
Ah.
If anyone already has this, would you mind sharing what percentage of sales it contributes to?
So, I think that if you have the room and you're able to keep that product fresh, like say like a frozen vegan chicken cutlet or something, I think it's a really good menu option to have. I don't think it's like a huge percentage of your sales, though.
Right.
I mean, we have like vegan dumplings and vegan chicken at Kogi. Probably sell like a couple orders a day,
Yeah.
you know? But
It's not going to be your.
yeah, you're not going to be like,
Huge
I have
seller,
18
yeah.
vegan chickens on the board.
Yeah.
Well, oh, God.
I feel like it's one of those things you keep in a party there. Because if you have
Yeah.
5 people and someone's like, do you have vegan options? I only eat vegan.
Yeah.
Like
Stop looking at me like that.
Sorry.
I'm not a vegan. I'm a vegetarian.
He likes cheese.
God, I love cheese.
but that group could leave.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's
Get a
we
salad.
do get a few.
I mean, I agree with you.
I think, you know,
I got some coleslaw.
I think this-
Oh, no, it's vegan.
fries. Get some French fries.
Yeah. I think, I mean, I feel like lately I've been getting a lot of these questions about like vegan and vegetarian, but it's been mostly for like our functions and stuff.
Yeah.
So like we're able to accommodate most people. Vegan can be tough,
Totally.
but like
Now
there's
she's looking at me
always
like that.
yeah, because if we're all just gonna look in one direction,
We're
might as well
declaring
be
it right
yours.
now. Mike Wisdom's a vegan.
I'm not
Sorry,
a vegan.
Mike. You
All right.
can't have cheese anymore.
Shit.
He's like, I'm going to kill a cow later.
But I mean,
It's fine as long as he doesn't eat it.
there's just it's
I was
there's
going to kill it.
there's options that are just very limited
Yeah.
if you're gonna be a vegan or a vegetarian.
Yeah.
I look at it as like, one, what kind of place are you?
Yeah.
Like, we don't have a lot of that stuff.
Right,
We
yeah.
actually took off our veggie burger because no one bought it.
And that's the thing. If it doesn't sell, get rid of it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
How long, if you keep it fresh, how long does that stuff last for?
Like a veggie
frozen.
burger?
Yeah.
5-6 days maybe,
Okay.
you know? But that's something like, so we made our own veggie burgers at like Baldi's, and I would just make a huge batch and then freeze them and then pull out a certain amount for
Yeah,
the day.
sure, sure,
you know
sure.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I feel like a lot of vegan options are going to be pull from the freezer and cook it.
Yep.
Meaning that's
Yeah,
not a
they're
huge
not-
percentage of your daily sales or your weekly sales.
Yeah.
But again, I think it's a good option to have, and I think that way you're not alienating that clientele. Because at the end of the day, you want everybody's money. You know, not to sound greedy, but you
Yeah.
want to pay for the lights to be on and everything. You know, so
It's the
Is
same
beer
like,
vegan?
some-
it depends.
Yeah.
Is
yeah.
what vegan?
Beer.
Wasn't there a big?
I
don't see why
is
there
it
wouldn't be.
vegan? Because it's like filtered through.
It's got
yeah,
the blood
give
of the
it
Irish.
splatter or something like
Yeah.
that.
Something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the blood of the
There's a
Irish.
lot of like weird shit. Like
Yeah.
there are some apples that aren't vegan.
Yep. Well,
Because the GM,
Like the wax they use to
yeah.
like
beeswax.
yeah, it's beeswax
Yeah.
or yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like weird shit.
Or even like gluten free. Like somebody was asking about if the Dowdy cider was gluten free. And I was like, is all cider gluten free? And I was like, well, I guess not. Because, yeah, like you said, like whatever they're fermenting it in or whatever they're cooking it or whatever.
It
like,
should say it on the can, though, in my opinion.
well, I'm not checking the keg every time.
That's true. That's true. That is
Like,
very
where
true.
does it say that it's gluten free on the keg? Like, I don't. You're lucky if that keg comes with a label.
Yeah.
It'll tell me what
no,
it is.
you're right.
Yeah,
Like,
Are
what
the-
there's just a mark on it.
yeah. It's a D.
Are
What is
the
that?
gluten people still as?
Are the gluten people still alive? Yes.
I mean, they're still alive, but
Fortunately,
Yeah.
gluten free
is
doesn't
it-
kill you.
Is it,
I know, right?
is it kind of like
Slowing down?
slowing down?
No.
Yeah.
No, I
okay.
feel like it's picked up.
Really?
And my thing is, if you have celiac and it's a real problem,
Yeah.
totally, I respect that because that's
Yeah.
gonna
No, for
that's
sure.
gonna fuck
Yeah,
your
yeah.
day up. Like
Yeah.
I made a broth one time. It was like an IPA broth with scallops and this and that. This guy was gluten free. I served it to him. He came back to the restaurant the next day and he's like, "You told me that was gluten free," and I'm like, I just worked fucking 3 months in a row, and I'm so sorry that. And he's like, "Dude, I died. You know?
I died.
And
You've been
a
resurrected.
ghost.
I refunded him the money, but like, yeah, you know, I felt like a dickhead.
Yeah.
Because like that's on me to be like,
Yeah.
no, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, if
Yeah, but
people
then
are
you
just
get those-
gluten free to be gluten free.
Yeah, well, yeah. And then
Gwyneth
there's those
Paltrow
people,
told
yeah.
him to.
Right, exactly.
Gwyneth
Vagina
Paltrow.
candles or whatever it is that
Yeah.
she sells, yeah. Jesus. Yeah. No, but then
where do you
there's
find
people
those
who are
candles?
like, okay, I want gluten free bread,
Andy's
and then
trunk.
they order French fries.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
Or
we
beer.
fry. Yeah,
It's
so
in a
beer.
shared fryer, dude.
Yeah, shared
Yeah.
fryer.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
and
no,
they're like,
that's
oh, it's fine.
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Like,
You're a fake.
yeah.
Great big phony.
Yeah. You're a phony. A big fat phony.
Oh,
Leslie
man.
Martin, how does everyone handle large groups, 10 plus during busy times?
With my hands.
Tell him to leave.
We were thinking of capping large groups at 12 brunch.
Oh, for brunch?
Depends on the size of your
Yeah.
tables, the size of your
Yeah.
restaurant,
Yeah.
your staff.
Yeah.
If you have one server on, maybe
Right.
don't do 12 tops.
Yeah, seriously.
Or maybe it's
Seriously.
easier to have
One group
Yeah.
and
One
one
group,
big group
yeah.
instead of a bunch of little ones.
Yeah. There's a lot of variables there.
Yeah, there's a lot of I mean, we cap our reservations for a minimum. So like we only take reservations of parties of 10 or more.
That makes
Because
sense.
That will require us moving tables around. So like this table is set for 8, or it should be set for 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4.
So 6.
Well, it should be set for 8. I don't know what the other 2 chairs are.
I moved one.
Oh, you moved them.
It was
okay,
in my
fine.
way.
But like
Hell.
that way, we don't have to move tables around.
Yeah.
So if it's 10 or more, then we gotta like figure out where to put them here. We gotta move high tops together. We gotta put this together. So like we have a minimum, but I don't necessarily have a maximum, I guess. I'm just trying to think, if somebody emailed me and they were like, oh, I have a party at 20, I'm like, is it a function or are you just making a reservation for 20?
Because that's a lot of people too.
Yeah, I would tell them, I'd be like, well, I can put you in an area, but I can't put 20 seats together. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
So I guess it depends on your restaurant, depends on the size of your restaurant, depends on
what they want to do.
I mean, this place is bigger than Shiku. We have 49 seats.
Yeah.
So it's like you have a 20 top coming in.
That's half your
I'm
restaurant.
like, all right, dude. Well, you should have called
Can
last
we push
month
all the
about
hot
this.
pots together and make one giant pot?
And it's like you make it work. Like you just said, you put.
It's a kiddie pool.
I think that's the name of a pizza at the Edge, actually.
You're frying kids in the hot pot?
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, jeez. He called it a kiddie pool. Jeez. My God.
Shiku Hot Pot.
I mean, if we're going to talk about...
Are you going to have a kids menu in the hot pot?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe.
So it's kid friendly?
I don't know yet. Okay. I don't know. So much pressure. I got some of the menu on my phone right now, but yeah, we need to figure out everything else.
We got to figure it
Do
out.
you have a kids menu here at New World?
We do, yeah. But that's fairly new.
Is it
Because
just
of Carl's
vegan and
hatred for
gluten-free?
children.
I get it.
He's a
Although he
child,
loves
right?
children. He Mayflower Sarah, when that baby was born, he was walking around with it, holding it. I'm like, who gave Carl a baby? Someone take it back. And he's like hugging it, and his biggest smile on his face. I'm like, this is fucking creepy as shit.
It's wrapped in
Why
a
are you
Hawaiian
walking
shirt.
around? Yeah. It's
He's
been
got a
blessed.
bottle of
Yeah.
Guinness.
Yeah. But yeah, I know his view on kids running around and
yeah.
what we don't get a ton of kids here, but it was more of a hassle to not have a kids menu and have the server recite what we can do for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, here's a fucking menu. Here, just
And it's not like...
stop telling them the 5 things that we can do. Just
I was
give
going to
them
say,
the menu.
it's nothing like that you stock specifically. It's just smaller
It's just,
plates.
yeah. So we have mac and cheese on our original menu. So
Yeah.
we just have a small mac and cheese for the kids.
That makes
We
sense.
have chicken tenders. So we have for kids chicken tenders and French fries. We don't do anything specifically for them.
Yeah.
They're kids and they're gonna eat whatever the fuck we give them. But
Half the time you're going to
kids.
order and they're going to be like, but I'm not hungry now.
I know.
Because it doesn't look like the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you got to get the smiley face fries.
yeah, Oh.
Yep.
I feel like if you do that, you have to offer those to the adults too.
Yeah.
'cause-
I might do that. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right.
I will serve them as loaded tots, but it's just a white cream sauce.
Oh my god.
You're
I'm
welcome.
So glad we got that on record. All right.
They're smiling. I mean,
It's funny.
Listen.
It's funny.
the
They're always
fries
smiling.
are
They're
smiling.
smiling.
Fries are smiling.
Fries are smiling. Happy endings.
Oh man.
So that'd be a dessert.
Yeah, exactly. Cream pie.
So it's more of like an anglaise, if you will. Which, for those
Yep.
that don't know, that's some tempered egg yolk with a little bit of heavy cream, little sugar, little vanilla.
Yeah.
Nice
Right all over the smiley.
yes.
All right. So Eric would
Smiley
like
fries.
to change the subject. Under what circumstances is it okay not to tip?
What?
Never. I have not tipped once in my entire life.
I've only
And
left
she
a
was
0 tip
terrible.
once. Yes,
Yeah.
once, and it was at a
worst.
It was at a Buffalo Wild Wings in Florida. It was terrible.
I think mine was like a Smoky Bones. There was like a like
Terrible.
a chain.
Smoky
Yeah.
Bones, are they still around?
Yeah,
There's one in Taunton.
Yeah, there's.
I think.
there might have been one in Braintree. I don't know if it closed. Anyway.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
And it would
whatever
have to be
circumstances.
terrible.
Bad. Terrible bad.
Yeah.
But it
Like
also had to
service
be
was bad, food was bad,
server
everything. Yeah.
Server
is
was
bad.
bad.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
like if the food's bad, that's not
That's
the
not her
fucking
fault.
service.
No, yeah,
You
that
know?
just means that her cooks suck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But if
No, if the service is bad, terrible.
yeah,
Like my experience, we all went to. It was a Sunday. We went to go watch football. Obviously, you know how it can be. Everyone's like, do you get a lot of large parties when for football, or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just I
Put
get
them all
that
at a
it.
two-top. Fuck them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there was
Here's your bleach.
we were down there for a softball tournament because my ex-husband was retarded and he played softball tournaments. And yeah, I mean, fair. And it was like 15 of
Fish
us.
is like, where do I have to bleep
Yeah.
that out?
There's a couple
Timestamp.
beeps there.
And we was a table of 15, but all of us were extremely patient.
Yeah.
Like we knew. And we would order pitchers of beer because we saw it was busy. We're like, let's just get a bunch of pitchers of beer for the table.
Yeah.
And even that was a struggle. Like struggle to get our food. Oh, she took the food order. She took half our table first, rang it in, forgot to come back for the other half of the table to ring the food in to get a food order. Came back and we were like, we want to order food too. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm like, what do you mean that's right? Why didn't you just get it all at once?
Yeah, that
That's
makes
so
zero
weird.
That
Like
is
I
so
understand
weird.
if she didn't want to put it in all like 15
Yeah.
orders in for the kitchen all at once. Like maybe like sometimes there's been places where I've worked at, they're like, okay, you have a party of 20, put it in 2 tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay. But to take 2 different, it was bad. And every time we ordered another drink, I would order 2 more.
That's when you know
so
it's
I
bad.
would get
Yeah.
one,
Yeah.
and then I'd be like, give me 2 more now.
Yeah.
Like, it was
Because you're like, it's
terrible.
going to be an hour before I
It
see
was
you.
so
Yeah.
bad to the point where I walked up to the bar. They had, and this place was huge. It was crazy busy. They had one bartender on, and the manager was just walking back and forth doing nothing. And I got his attention. I'm like, dude, I hate to be this person, but we have a party of 15
But what
over
the fuck
there
are you
that We
doing?
don't even like.
You're
we
trying
don't
to
have
drop
our
some money,
food.
too,
We don't-
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We were there to drop some dough. We wanted to be there for the whole game. We wanted to be there all day. Like we were
Yeah.
ready. Softball people can fucking drink.
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah, it's 12:28 p.m.
Well, all right.
Yeah, time to drink. No shit.
phone's
It was
judging
bad. Like
you.
the service was
Not me,
terrible.
softball people.
And to the point where I left a $0 tip, and I felt so bad that I walked out to the outside bar that they had, and I just sat there because I didn't want her to know it was me.
Oh.
I was like- and then I asked for a shot of Jaeger, and they were like, "What's Jaeger?" I'm like, "Oh, we're in Florida. That's right. They don't think they know what Jägermeister is."
They're like, we have Fernet though. You like that?
Right? Yeah, it was bad. But service would have to be. Because food, you're right. Like it's not the server's fault if the food sucks.
No.
If they have a shitty attitude about it,
That's
then
probably
maybe.
like what would get me more. It's
Yeah.
like, and even then, I probably would still tip like something, and I'm just fucking leaving.
Yeah.
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 I'll go somewhere else.
Yeah.
I think I gave a delivery driver a really shitty tip once. It wasn't 0, but it was like
Why did you not?
it
drive
would have
fast
been less insulting if it was 0 kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
it was just
Here's
one of those
73
like
cents.
I waited like 2.5. Like I called and they're like, "Oh, he's out delivering," and you're like,
Where?
"How many fucking
Do you have a
pizzas did this
GPS
guy?"
tracker
Yeah,
on this
yeah.
guy? Yeah.
It might have been pre-GPS, but
I got a 1 cent tip once because the guy didn't like his crab cakes.
Come on.
Like that was my fault.
yeah, that's your fault.
Yeah.
Why did you make the crab cake
Sorry,
so
I didn't
bad?
put my extra crabs in your crab cakes. Maybe that's what he wanted. I don't know. Sorry.
That vegan guy is not
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, not at all.
all right. Dominic says they've been doing monthly bourbon and wine in-house private
Monthly?
dinners, rotating each month. There's a big long explanation about that.
Blah, blah, blah.
And it says, does anyone have any experience with any way I can start a subscription email so I can have all the customers on one email list for future dinners, early tickets, yada, yada,
Yeah,
yada.
take their fucking email.
Yeah,
down.
don't
But
you
I
just start an email list?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know how else to
There's a
answer
piece of
that.
paper. and
as
you
someone
write
who
it
does a
down.
lot of email marketing,
This is
Yeah.
your wheelhouse.
it
dude.
is. I am going to plug MailChimp
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
because if you're like, oh, I'll
Why
just,
not female chimp? It's fucked up, bro.
It's true.
I didn't name the company. Take it up with them.
All chimps matter.
But if you just try to send it through your own email, like a lot of times if
Yeah.
you're sending a large quantity, Microsoft or whatever wizard sends out the fucking emails is like, that's
you have
too
a
many.
wizard,
What are
you
you
have a
doing?
wizard send your email out.
I don't know how
That's me,
computers.
yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea how computers work. But like your email client will just
Yeah.
basically shut it down
Yeah.
because it's worried it's spam or something. So you can do Mailchimp for free up to a certain number of emails. Which you didn't
Yeah.
even say anything bad. She's gonna fire you again. To a certain number, I want to say it's like maybe 200-300.
Yeah.
But and it's fairly inexpensive
Yeah.
once
But
you
then
exceed that.
collecting the email addresses. Right.
I mean, if you have people showing, well, that's the other thing is like then if you're selling tickets to something, you use Eventbrite.
you
and
already and you already
know.
have their emails. Yeah. But is it?
Okay, go
They'll be
carry
back.
those tables.
Yep.
Bring us some broth.
Tell the roosters I said hello. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's plenty of services for that kind of thing, and
Yeah, but if you want to grab new people that haven't already been to an event of yours, my only suggestion is to like have something at the bottom of your receipt
Yep.
that where they can optionally fill it out.
Yep.
And then your server just has to keep it separate and then you
Yep.
you do it.
That's
you
a
do
bit of
it
a pain in the
yourself.
ass because then you gotta.
It kind of is
Yeah.
a pain in the ass,
You
and
can
it's
also
not
have-
guaranteed. But
Yeah.
if somebody's genuinely
Oh, sure, yeah,
interested,
yeah.
then they'll fill it out.
Yep.
A lot of like the POS systems now will collect that. Like Toast
Yep.
can do it.
Yep.
I know. What the fuck do we used to use that? Before Toast at PVC?
Aloha?
Yeah, I think they used to be able to do it. Stuff
Yeah,
like
because
that, so.
but Aloha, I mean, as far as I understood, we had the loyalty program. So, like, if you signed up for the loyalty program, that's when you would have their email address.
Yeah, but I think you could just
But,
set it
like-
up like something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
With
yeah.
I don't know how it works
Because, like, you know, like how to like Toast, for instance. Well, I guess
I think you would just set it up like a loyalty program.
right. No, well, what I was just trying to think. Like, it doesn't like swiping your credit card doesn't normally collect
No.
that
No.
information, but actually, I think it does because when I use Square or SumUp, which is my other credit card thing, it'll say, "Do you want to email a receipt to this person?" And their email's already there.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Square, you can connect your email to your card,
Yeah.
but like you have to do it. I don't know.
No, like credit card customer.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a credit card customer. You have to like.
Yeah, so you have it
get
set up.
receipts.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't. I don't think it fully gives you their email address.
It doesn't
And you-
fully,
yeah.
but like
I
on the
don't know if-
spot, it
yeah.
doesn't give it to you fully, but maybe on the back end, it'll list.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean?
I
If
never
you
looked
have an
into that.
option, yeah. I mean, I haven't either.
Yeah.
I don't use it as often, but yeah, look into that. You have Square?
Yeah,
Yeah, look into it because
Yeah.
maybe on the back end, it'll show you a list of
because that's usually
emails that it's
someone that
collected.
is walking into an event and.
right, and
Yeah.
they're paying on the spot.
And
yeah.
I tell you, one of my biggest regrets since we started Inebriart was not collecting email addresses sooner. Because I feel like it's been so vital.
yeah, for a thing like yours, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but on the other side of things, like if I were to constantly be getting emails from not just you,
Mm-hmm.
but any other thing that I'm signing up for, I probably wouldn't look at half of it.
So it's really interesting that you say that because one of the things that I was always worried about was like inundating. Like I'm always like, oh,
Yeah.
you'll get one monthly email, and I'm like, and to be honest with you, I tend to fucking forget or get
Yeah.
busy. So it's probably like every other month you get
Yep.
an email. We started using Eventbrite's email marketing
Mm-hmm.
and literally sending out one email a day
Mm-hmm.
for different events, and we've gotten more positive feedback from people in person being like, oh yeah, I get your emails all the time and I always
Then
see what's
maybe
going
it's
on.
more of a constant thing.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, like if
Eventbrite's
I-
a little different because they've already purchased a ticket to your
right.
event.
So they already have.
So they're
that,
already
yeah.
interested in what
Yeah,
you're doing. So
right.
it's not just like a fucking cold call.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's true. I'm just thinking for like a restaurant.
But again, he's kind of talking about people who have already purchased tickets.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it sounds like.
So,
Yep.
like,
But
I
at
would
the
wanna
same
know.
time,
Yeah.
you're not. I mean, yes, you like your people to come back. You know, like repeat customers for events, but the main point usually for events is to attract new customers.
Yeah.
So you're not always having, like having already that information from people who already come. Yes, that benefits you, but the whole point is to get new people.
But I think these are like the wine dinners and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think that's, you want to make sure that those people still get
Yeah.
all the word out.
Yeah.
Like, and not
Yeah.
like, oh, I missed your Facebook
Yeah.
post or
right.
whatever.
Yeah.
So-
No, I mean that's true too. But they do it monthly. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bourbon and dinner monthly.
That's what they said.
That's crazy.
Yeah. They're crazy
That's
over
just
there.
they're just very those dinners are very labor intensive.
Yeah,
As,
for front and back.
Yeah, front
Yeah.
and back.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh,
crazy.
hey, I
that
mean,
they're
it's one
doing
of
it
those
monthly.
things. If you know,
Yeah, if it
you're-
works, it works.
If you're
Yeah, for
selling
sure.
out every single time, like,
Yeah,
yep.
no, for sure. It's just I
So-
don't think I've ever seen a place do it monthly. I've seen them like do it every now and then, but
yeah.
Quarterly.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a good.
yeah,
But-
yeah. I know that's crazy. I know we're all trying to figure out what he's doing.
So this is last call. I'm
Is
not
it?
sure where Wisdom ran off to. He's only like opening a restaurant because he's fucking busy or whatever. This is a spot where we go around the table.
Not even
and-
open yet. How can they be busy?
I know, right? And people go around the table and promote whatever they want. We're gonna start with Jess.
I don't even know at this point. Again, we have so many events going on that I'm trying, like in the future, that I'm like, I've lost track of everything that we're doing. But I think we're going to start doing a 90s brunch every like couple of months. Like
Interesting.
we used to do the drag brunches. You know, those are really popular. We might even bring them back, but they kind of fizzled out a tiny bit. So we still want to have like that fun Saturday morning,
People
kind of
fucking
vibe.
love brunch.
I know. So we want to do like a 90s brunch. We'll have a DJ and play some games and have some, some cool stuff going on. And I think,
You're gonna have like a bop it.
dude, I would love to have a bop it.
Can't
I would
trust
love to
drunk
have a
people with
bop
that,
it.
though.
Yeah, dude.
No, I'm thinking to skip it.
Skip it. No, skip it. That's
I feel like
dangerous.
skip it's that's a
Skip
liability.
it's a little
issue
dangerous.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Sober.
I don't know. Yeah, I know. But play 90s music and have everybody just have a good time, get drunk, and then wander off into the streets of Plymouth. And then after that, it's beyond me. But
Yeah.
It's someone else's problem now.
yeah, right. See, but I think we're gonna do that in the, I think end of April, beginning of May, somewhere around there. It'll be on a Saturday, so keep a lookout on Facebook.
Cool.
Yeah.
What you got, Dan?
I mean, it's that time of year. Keep a lookout for Punxsutawney Phil Day.
Oh, it's got to be coming up. Yeah.
I thought we were gonna get it, and then it just got cold again.
It
so.
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty chilly out there.
We
this morning.
we had that 160-degree day, but it wasn't
Yeah.
like enough.
No.
Yeah.
So
And was it on the weekend?
Even yesterday was
remember.
warm in the morning, and then it got freezing during
Yeah.
the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking New England.
It's coming, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna wake up one day and everyone's blackout
gonna be-
drunk outside.
Yep. Exactly.
It's always a fucking
Their nipples out
ridiculous
at New
day.
World Tavern.
Yep. Yeah. Free the nips.
Yep.
Well, at least they won't be rock hard because it's not cold out.
No, man. Pierced nipples are a thing.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
No, what about you, Mike Wisdom? We're opening a hot pot place called Shiksu. Is that even close?
Oh my God.
I don't know. Yeah, it's right next to Keegan's and Gun
Yeah, Key
Patootie.
Creations. Possibly
opening-
18 Court Street. We're
Yeah.
not 100% sure.
End of March. Check it out. Go to Kogi as well.
Yep.
And
He's not a vegan.
He's not a
He's not a vegan. He's
vegetarian.
strictly
He
vegetarian.
claims he's not
He
a
likes
vegan.
cheese.
Yes.
I feel like he's a vegan.
He's a vegan. in
And
disguise.
with that, I'm going to plug. Go eat some meat. Fuck veganism.
Go eat meat.
Go eat some meat that
My-
was
my-
treated wrong.
So my next door neighbor, his wife is a pescatarian, which is only eats fish.
Yep.
And every once in a while,
Gross.
I'll just get like a text being like, "I'm tired of eating like a penguin steaks on the back patio." And I'm like, "Yes."
I never got like, just because she eats like an asshole doesn't mean you have to eat like an asshole.
Right.
Like, this is fucking America, bro.
Yeah.
Two different
Do whatever
dinners.
you want.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
Do
Hey,
whatever
listen,
America.
I have not.
I end
Get
up
the
with-
bleach.
I end up with, I end up getting
Marinate
steaks
that
on
fish in
the
bleach.
patios.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I'm perfectly happy with it. Because he's always like, "Oh, I have this super weird Russian alcohol liqueur." Dude, I get so
It's called
hammered.
vodka.
Yeah.
No, but like it's
Like
always
what?
like weird shit. He's got, and it's
Made
like
from potatoes. Vodka.
and it's like sometimes I'll be like, I have to be able to get home. Yeah, and he's like, "You are walking 8 feet." I'm like, "I know. I don't know if I'm gonna make it." So yeah, check out his food blog. It's the Foodie Pilgrim. You can check out his food blog. There's my plug.
Your neighbor?
My neighbor.
Okay.
Food blogger.
He's the Foodie
Pilgrim.
Pilgrim.
Yeah.
Word.
So you can. It's on the blogosphere. I don't know.
Blogosphere.
Foodie,
Is
just
that the
Is it
real
on
answer? Or
Instagram?
is
Is it
that.
on
I don't know.
Facebook?
Just Google Foodie Pilgrim.
Is it on YouTube? Is it on TikTok?
No.
Is it on LiveJournal?
It's,
on
it's,
Instagram.
it's like it's a actual blog. Like it's a website.
A website. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's where he was trying to go.
Oh, probably foodiepilgrim.com. I would assume.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I'm making this up off the fly. I don't have fucking information.
Jesus
so I'm-
Christ. He's your neighbor. You need to know all his info.
I don't.
You're going to drink
He's
his
sharing
Russian
meat with
vodka.
you. You
Yeah.
need to know more
Yeah.
than that.
So you can
His meat
email
wife.
us at what?
You're his meat wife.
You can email us at bartalkcast@gmail.com, and you can find us on all social medias at bartalkcast. And we'll catch you next time.
Eat meat.
Eat meat.
meat.
And thanks for checking out the show today, listeners. If you enjoyed the content today, you can go over to patreon.com/inebriart to support the show. You can join over there for just a few dollars a month and help us provide this fun content that you just checked out. You can also email us at inebriart.com with your questions, complaints, and concerns, or you can find us on all social medias at inebriart or at inebriart6 on Instagram. And also don't forget to check out our other shows, Bar Talk Podcast, Old Colony Cast, Inebriart, and all the other shows on the Inebriart Network, which you can find at inebriart.com. So thanks again for listening.